Oh look, another video about school. But give me a break, okay? I've spent more than half my life in school, so obviously I have a lot to say about it. But that's besides the point. Unless you've been a little out of the loop, there's a sickness going around and it's affecting so many people. I thought I was immune to this sickness because I was young and a pretty hard worker, but I was too naive to think that because I was indeed infected. And no, it's not that disease. I'm talking about senioritis. I never thought the day would come. I would hear about it, but I never knew the true nature of it until I saw it affecting people in my close circle. Then it got to me too. Okay, all jokes aside, I'm comparing my freshman self to my senior self because I had an epiphany recently at how much work ethic I've lost over the years. And just a warning, I'm talking about my college years instead of my high school years, because I already knew in high school that I was pursuing a college education, so my passion was still pretty hot and steamy for senior year of high school. But if you're sticking with a high school degree, then you probably already experienced this lethargic feeling. Let's take it back to about 4 years ago and everything before then. I was your typical people-pleasing goody two-shoes. Nowadays, I'm just people-pleasing. But I was the type of student who tried too hard to A, get good grades. Usually this meant taking every extra credit opportunity, even if I didn't need it. Also, it meant stressing out about anything that was less than an A, because we learned from my perfectionist video that I like things to be perfect without putting in a lot of effort. And B, get my teachers to like me. I'm not a very talkative student, so being the scholarly class clown was out of sight. And what was my plan? Be the person who sat in front of the class, half because I couldn't see, and half because if you sit in front, your teacher will most likely remember you better. Although Zoom school butchered that for everyone, but we are slowly getting back to classrooms. To get teachers to like me, I sat in the front as I mentioned, did everything they said, like volunteered when they needed help, except when it came to answering questions for obvious reasons. And when I did good and they complimented me, that's when I would open up and talk to them like a human. If you look up teacher's pet, my freshman self would probably appear there. Fast forward to now, there was a weird thing with my class, which meant I had to take an extra general ed course, meaning it was mostly freshmen and sophomores. And since it's roughly a 3-hour lecture, I daydreamed away, camera and microphone off. And then my professor mentions the fact he can't see any of our faces while he's teaching. All of a sudden, my screen was full of faces. When my teacher said people who talk more get better grades, all of a sudden people were asking questions every so often. That's when I had the realization that senioritis hit me, because I was still there with my camera off, barely listening and not talking at all. Even about the stuff I was confused about, after our first test, I saw a lot of my peers get nervous and I sat there like, C's get degrees, man, I'm just trying to graduate. Poof. Oh my gosh, I was like you. I used to be like you guys. Always worrying and doing what the professor asked. Man, now I'm grungy and my laziness has gotten so bad I don't even take notes anymore. I honestly take pictures of the slides on my phone and then flip through them when I'm taking a test. But I'm still a perfectionist, so I still organize my note photos into appropriate folders so they are easy to find, and I can still do good on my test. Honestly, it's really sad because when I was in high school, I was a busybody. I was able to get up at 6:30 a.m., get ready for school, leave by 7:15, get home at 3 o'clock, then I would usually have band practice at 6 p.m. 2 times a week, didn't get home until 9 from that, still did my homework and extracurriculars like club stuff, and on weekends there was usually a band competition. Nowadays, I can barely get up before 11, then have class for a couple hours, and then still be very tired. Dang. By the time this video is out, I'm probably already finished with college, which is insane, but instead of complaining about school now, I will complain about how I have no idea how to live on my own. I'm guessing though that it will be semi-good for this channel because I'm sure I'll do enough things wrong to make a video out of it. Could you imagine? Getting caught for tax fraud, asterisk, emotional, asterisk. Yeah, yikes. My video will more likely be something like this. I don't know how to do taxes, or something monotonous like that. Anyways, that's it. So I'm gonna go. Bye!